Well, hello. So, Terry, Jan, Denise, Kathy, Beverly, and Wendy. Hello. Wendy, I'm sorry. I just saw your message just now getting ready. Hi, Rose. I'm sorry. I am right on the nose. Normally, as you guys know, I am here 10 or 15 minutes beforehand, but I had to make lunch. All right. I'm glad to see everyone here. I'm exciting. I'm excited. We have two drawings today. So, yeah. Well, hello from Sweden, Gisela. Good to see you. Hello, Amanda. Amanda's been one busy young lady. I mean, I know so many of you are, but holy cow, sometimes when I hear about all those projects, it's amazing to me. Hello, Marie. I'm going to turn some light on here. I didn't want it reflecting in my glasses, so I shut them off, but then, you guys can't see me. Well, that might be a good thing. I was awake at 2:30 this morning. My pain was I had a really bad morning today, but now I'm good, so we're good. Yes, ma'am, you certainly have, Amanda. Well, hello, Darlene Parks from, is it Kearney, Missouri? Carol, I saw your video yesterday and was able to join in today. Hello. Yes, I am so happy because I have been trying to to make time in the morning to have a live stream because I want to give a different group of people a chance to come on to the live streams. So that's, that's a good thing. I'm so glad that some of you are able to be here. Thank you, Amanda. I do have rough mornings, but I get through it. It's another day. And I'll tell you right now, the way I feel, I would never know that I had felt as bad as I did this morning. So it's a positive thing. So, but thank you. You dragged yourself up, Terry. Yes. And thank you for modding. Anyone else have any moderation experience who could join Terry? Because you never know. But I will say that I have not had any problems, knock on wood, since I started this thing, which is I do not put anything in the description box other than a sentence like join me for the live stream. I don't put my email address. I don't put any links. I've had several people say it doesn't matter, but so far so good. It has worked for me. And I did pronounce it correctly, Darlene. The reason I say that is because in our area, there are people with that as a last name, and that's how it's pronounced, as Carney, kind of like Carney would sound. I do appreciate it, Terry. Well, hello, Stella Ann. You just came in from walking? Well, you walked your way right into the live stream. We just got here. Hello, Celeste. Okay, Kathy, thank you. Well, if you notice, I'll put you down. If you notice over to the side where everybody says something, there's 3 little dots. And if we get a spammer, I won't say what kind we normally get, but they're the naughty kind, or else they're trying to sell you something. Well, I guess either way, they're trying to sell you something. But either way, you go over to those 3 dots and you can, it's kind of like you can delete their comment, you can boot them, you can do all sorts of things. And it's not difficult, believe me. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And I'm sure that you're a smart lady. So thank you for that. Okay, so for today, I have to say that doing the pop-up video yesterday, I gave up a lot of information that was going to be in today's video. But yes, thank you, Terry. Block, report, delete. See, she's got the goods, Kathy, because she knows more about it than I do. So, see, we call Terry in for the big jobs. She even wears a tool belt. She does. She wears one of those tool belts, and she walks in, and she's like, "Okay, who needs to be kicked out of here? Let's go. Let's go." Hey, yo, Patty, how are you doing? Good to see you. I'm thinking it's only 5 minutes after. I think I'm going to give it a few more minutes to see who straggles in, only because I still don't know how to like pre-schedule these so that you guys get a notification that I'm going live at such and such time. I just don't understand how to do that. I can't do it. Kathy, the wrench comes up because that just means you're a moderator, but you may need the wrench to hit them over the head if they keep acting up. If they come in and they act up, you give them the wrench. Terry will show you the ropes. Rosie the Riveter of Mods. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. I got to grab some hand lotion. Boy, my hands are so dry. I got to show you guys this thing. Anyone who goes in the Dollar Tree may have already seen it. Now, normally I do not buy paper at the Dollar Tree because when you go to write on it, your pen goes down through. So who likes that? I bought a couple of notebooks because I thought they were cute on the cover or whatever, but I've never liked the paper from the dollar store. And I'm not a snooty person. I'll buy anything that's cheap if it's worth it. But either way, a few months ago, June probably, I saw these little things into the Dollar Tree and I bought two. I bought one for me and one for a friend. Okay, I'm going to hold that thought and catch up. It would be nice to have the notification, Wendy. I agree. So what I need to do is I need to get a hold of Colleen from like Colleen Sews and Chats or, that sort of thing. And see if she can help me out, or possibly Stephen Bland from the Idiot Quilter. I need someone to show me, because when I do it, what happens is I'm able to set up the time. And I apologize to anyone who's heard me tell this story before. Hey, can everyone give the thumbs up, please? We got 6 who did. Anyway, what happens is I know how to schedule it. Like I could go in right now and schedule it and say that I'm going to go live today at 5 p.m. And it starts a countdown on my screen of my computer. So then when it gets time, it counts down. 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left. And this is what happens. It will say 2 seconds, 1 second, and then it shows all my subscribers there, and they're chatting. They're saying, hi. I can't get into my own live stream because there's a little, I call it a button, but it's just something on the screen. And it says start chat or start stream, but it's grayed out. I can't click it. And I need to be able to click that to get into my own live stream. So some YouTubers, or most of them, use a separate app, a streaming app, to do this. And I'm not. I'm just going directly through YouTube instead of using an external app. And I think that's where the problem is. So I went and I downloaded an external app, but I can't figure out how to use it. Like I'm so lost. So this is the only way I know to do it, which doesn't give you much of a heads up. Now, I will ask, do you get a notification saying that I'm live? When I go live, are you getting a notification saying Marie's Scrappy Creations is live? You must, because, to be here, I'm assuming. All right, let me scroll back up and see. Hi, is it Theta? I'm terrible with names. I apologize if I butchered that. And you had messaged yesterday and said that you would be willing to moderate. I've got 2 at the moment, but if either of them leaves or next time, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Celeste, if y'all will hit the like button, it will help YouTube know to promote Marie's channel and help her reach more people. Very thoughtful. Thank you, Celeste. Hey, Joe, sweetheart. How are you? Joe is everyone's sweetheart. Anyone who doesn't know Joe, she's so sweet that if you ate a biscuit next to her, you wouldn't even need jam. Hi, Carol. How are you? Lisa, good morning to you. Oh, I got to keep going down here. Okay, so some people are getting, oh, hi, Marie. You made it. Hello, Marilyn. Goodness, I'm trying to catch up and scroll, and it keeps fetching up there. Let's see. Everyone's saying hello. And yes, Marie H., you did make it. She slid in the door, but the door's open. Okay. So Terry, Terry said she got a notification. Marie, Kathy, Gisela, Joe, you didn't. Okay. Darlene, hello, and she got a notification. Wendy did not. Okay, so, Amanda says, I look at my subscriptions and it shows that you are live. And Joe says, I was watching YouTube and kept checking. And she says, bless you, that's a funny saying, less calories. I just wing it, as I do most things. I just threw that out there, but you are sweet. Marilyn says, no notice. Carol, I have never gotten notification of live stream, only for those already posted. Yeah, because that's the reason for that, Carol, is exactly what I was just explaining. It's because it's me. I don't know how to do it correctly. Okay. Theata, TR. I'm not sure what you'd rather have me call you. Can I call you T or TR? You can ask me something. Absolutely. Stella Ann got a notification. Yo, Patty, Beverly. Kathy was watching YouTube. Lisa kept checking. Gisela, and you can read how to give 30 minutes notice. Yeah, I appreciate that, Gisela. I know how to do it, but when I do it, it won't let me into my own live stream. I know how to make it go out so you guys get the notification, but then I'm locked out of my own live stream. That's the only way I can word it. Okay, and Denise got one while she was looking at emails. Thank you. That's good to know. Okay, I was just going to tell you guys something. It probably doesn't matter for much about the Dollar Tree paper. So back in June or July, I saw this at the dollar store. Okay. And because it looked like autumn colored flowers and stuff, I'm thinking, well, of course, not everything's $1 anymore. It's $1.25, but I don't care. I didn't know what was in it. It just showed this, and it was wrapped in plastic, and it said sticky notes memo set. Whoops. Anyway, that's what it says. So, oh, that's okay, Gisela. It's okay. And I appreciate you trying to help. I wish I was someone who could get help because I need it. All right, so I bought a couple of these. I was getting ready to send my friend Nanny a package, and I thought, oh, how cute. I'll get us each one of these. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, but Marie, you don't like paper from the dollar store. It's cheap. And I'm like, yeah, but that's just too cute. Sticky notes that look all autumny. Hey. So when I got home and got it open, oops, I got to pull this up so you can see. This is what I saw. So these are all the sticky little tabs. And these are just little pieces of paper. Now, those are all right for me to jot notes down and say things like, Denise is always so helpful in a live stream, whatever I want to say. Great little note, kind of cute. And then these are they're supposed to be like the little Post-it notes. Oh yeah, of course it would come off there right now. What it's been doing is when I pull it, it's been pulling up the color off the paper. And then I don't want to pull one of these, but these are also a sticky note. So anyway, I'm just saying I had bought them and thought, oh, they're just kind of cute. And I thought when I was a kid, I would have loved to get this, like in a Christmas stocking or something, because I was all about writing things. I'm still all about writing things down. I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notebooks sitting here. I write everything down and then forget where I write it because I have too many notebooks. Okay, let's see. Do you have to have batting on a quilt top to quilt it? Well, my answer, which is just an opinion, and I'm going to call you T just because I don't know how to pronounce your name and I think it's kind of a cute nickname, T. Okay, T. I have made a quilt where I made a cotton top, did not use batting, and put flannel on the back. But I wasn't quilting it. It was back in the days before I quilted, so I was just tying it with embroidery floss. But there is no hard and fast rule. So I would say if you're just looking for a lightweight cover, I don't see why you couldn't do that without cotton batting. Of course, you're not going to get that puffy look or anything to it, but depends on what you're going for. The look, I can't imagine it would hurt, but I'll tell you what I would do if I were you. Instead of going the full way and doing it, take a quilt block that's maybe a mistake, make yourself a little sandwich of it with whatever backing you'd like to use on the big one. Quilt it, see if you like it. That would be what I would do. Okay, let's see. They do look cute, don't they, Marie? And so Terry says, I have gotten that one as well. You'd be surprised how much you use those little Post-it notes. They curl up, though. I noticed that. I did. Thank you, Gisela. Marie H says, oh, me too, LOL. No opinion, nope. Gisela, Marie, me too. I have too many notebooks. Marie, I have used flannel in between too. I have. And speaking of that, I'm sure many of you know all about this, but like, for example, my great grandmother was a quilter. She made crazy quilts. Just my mom still has 2 or 3 of them, and they're beautiful. But of course, now the fabric is so old that it's starting to fray and things like that. So they won't they won't last forever. Okay. But I can still picture Granny. I can still picture sitting underneath on the floor, just almost underneath her treadle machine while she sewed. I just love that memory. But anyway, she would take clothing that people no longer wore. Now, yes, she cut those up for pieces for her crazy quilting, but say she took a nightgown, say this is the flannel nightgown, and it's gotten thin or the kid outgrew it or whatever, she would cut the sleeves off and she would take the fabric she'd take the front and the back and she'd lay them out on her backing, and she would put things this way and that way all over her quilt backing on the wrong side of it, lay her quilt top on top and quilt that, because they used what they had back then. You know, a lot of her quilts were made in the 30s and 40s, you know, during the Depression and hard times, and her husband had died and left her with children to raise. She did what she had to do, and it was one of those make do or do without kind of situations. But we've noticed when the quilts kind of fray or they open up, you can see what she used in there, and she used anything she had to keep her family warm. And I think we're so lucky to live in the age that we live in and have at our disposal what we have. But I still to this day love to use things with and not throw them away. Until recently, the pot holders that I had in my drawer, the center of them used to be a curtain. And I use old mattress liner pads or whatever you call them. They're like the tufted, I don't know. Anyway, okay, I'm going to catch up. I'm just yammering on and on. Gisela has too many notebooks, and Marie H, I used flannel in between also, and Darlene says, I'm a note taker too. They are everywhere. Well, I'm glad it's not just me, because I have them everywhere. My new favorite is this one, this brand, because it's heavyweight paper, so your pen doesn't go through. And also, I like college rules. I've always liked the college rules. And then this is another thing that I use a lot, especially since starting the YouTube channel. I'll show you in the back what it is, where nothing's written. You've got a calendar. So you've got this you can write in. But in the other section, I got patterns in there. Well, of course I'd have patterns, right? There's more than one section of it. Oh, goodness. Here we go. If I can find it. Anyway, I can't find it because I'm on camera and I'm trying to. But for each month, not only does it have the calendar layout, but it has, like, it might say November 1st, and it has a section, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th. There's 5 days worth, I think, on each page. So you can write in more notes. It's got the holidays of the year and stuff. And that reminds me, I need to get busy and order mine for 2023 because those things go fast. I want to get a nice pretty one this year. Okay. T, that's fine to be a beginner. You know, I don't know how long you've been watching my channel, but I started quilting with my first serious quilt. I had a book, which I still have. Goodness, it must be downstairs, of course, because I go to show you. And it's called How to Make a Patchwork Quilt. This was before the internet. Well, the internet was around. I didn't have it. It was the very late 80s, so most people did not. I made quilts out of that book without anyone to help me. So we all start somewhere, and it's good that you have the internet now. You have all of us. There's so many helpful resources out there, and it's a wonderful, wonderful craft. Marie H says, agree, Marie. Small start. Gisela, maybe we are note addicts. Maybe we are. Okay, I really have some catching up to do. I'm going to read here. Kathy Bennett says, I remember as a child asking my mother why Grandma had notes on her front door jamb. My mama said that she was forgetful and that they are reminders. Well, I have sticky notes everywhere too. Kind of comes back around, doesn't it? Gisela said, T, if you have IKEA close, you could buy a cheap bed cover, a cheap bed cover. Lisa says, awesome. I can relate. Yep, notes all over, but I'm trying to be neater about it. But who cares? They're for me. That's right. Rose, hello. She says, I'm here, Marie, just in the midst of massive freezer meal cooking for daughter, having back surgery Friday. Well, how sweet of you to do that. I hope everything goes well. Adam, how did I miss the start? I don't know. You were fixing a cuppa. I'm about to get started on the drawing, though. I just need to get through here. Regarding notes, Gisela says, sometimes I do not understand my notes. Yeah, sometimes I can't read my own writing, or I'll abbreviate something and not remember what I meant by that. So you are not alone, my friend. Denise says, I buy notebooks with colors for quilt ideas. I really like the canvas drawing books. I even have them in the car with colored pencils. That's a great idea, Denise. I like that. Okay, let's see. Adam says, there will be no questions of Susan's size today. There will not be. We are not being edited today, Mr. Adam. All right. Let's see. I need to catch up. Rose, hopefully, I just watched your interview with Stephen. Oh, you hadn't seen that before. Yes, thank you. And that's when I was in the other sewing room. That's been a while. Well, a while, 3 months maybe. Betty, hello from Finger Lakes, New York, upstate, watching from work. Well, don't get in trouble, but we're about to do a drawing here. I'm just catching up on a chat. And so Terry says, please, between paper and fabric, my daughter and I have the market cornered. My daughter is a paper hoarder. And T says, I am 61, and I just started sewing because of COVID. I started making masks and donated a lot of them. Well, that's awesome. That is awesome. I think we all made those. I made them so much that I would sit and cut elastic for like an hour, just cut elastic. I still have rolls of that round elastic. Terry says, I came back to sewing because the community needed masks. See, that's great. Hey, Sylvia. Hello. I need my coffee. All right. Is everyone ready? Which drawing first? Oh, the one I have to check one last thing before I do this, because I gave everyone until 11 to get their name in the drawing from last night's video. Okay, there are no new comments. That means that I have everyone in here for the drawing. Now, just to clarify, the drawing that I'm doing right now is it's a combination. It's the woohoo! I have made 3,000 subscribers. Like, where did that come from? And number 2, I was going to make a video on my birthday and give away something that I would like. And I'm sorry if this is a repeat to some. If I give away a set of paw holders, it's going to be something that either I like or matches my kitchen. If it's a zippered bag, it would be in a fabric that I would like and the zippers placed where I would like. So I was going to give my birthday gift to whoever wins. And then I decided to combine the 2 drawings into one because I was sick on my birthday and didn't end up being able to do that drawing. And I didn't want you guys to miss out. Okay, the birthday drawing first. Birthday drawing. And Donna says, I am not alone. I have tablets and notes all over. Okay, here we go. So all the names are in here. And are we ready? Someone asked me the other day, and it's not for the first time, but they asked, what happens if I draw a name of someone, like, let's say they live in Australia? That postage is a lot. Well, if I draw your name and you are somewhere that the postage is going to cost me more than I feel I can afford, I would probably then switch to making you a personalized fabric postcard and putting that in the mail. And that's the best I can do, simply because I don't mind paying for postage if it's reasonable. So that I draw these names with that understanding from all of you. Okay, are we ready? Let's see who we have here. Nanny Gale 2. And you know what's funny is she may have been on my channel as a subscriber for a while, but I don't know. But I just saw her first comment was underneath that video. So congratulations to, I'm going to write her name right here the way she has it spelled. Congratulations to Nanny Gale 2. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to her comment and I'm going to reply to her again and let her know that she won. Okay, I've got to back up a little bit. Let's see. I love the bowl too, Marie. My sisters bought me a set of mixing bowls last year on my birthday, and this is the smallest one. Ella, the drawing for this you were not in because this one was a video put up last night and it was just the comments from last night. We have another drawing and I do believe you are in the next drawing, which is for the creative word of the day. That one covers the whole past month because I do the drawing every month, the first Wednesday of the month. And anyone who has used the word of the creative word of the day in a comment in that month prior. And Ella, I think you were in for at least one. Snail mail is expensive now. It really is. And Gisela says that she would pay for the postage. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for congratulating our winner. And are we ready? So, because I would need an awful big bag or an awful big bowl for all the names, because, and not that it's a bad thing, there's a lot of comments. So now I have this, okay? We're going to make this quick. I don't want two, I want one. Trinette Brewer, congratulations. You are the winner for the Creative Word of the Day contest for the month of October. Woohoo! 2 winners in 5 minutes here. So, Trinette, I will message you. I think she's on the Facebook group. So, yeah, come on down, Adam says. He's using the Bob Barker voice. No, it's not Bob Barker. It's the guy that was the Barker. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Ella. That's nice of you to say. Thank you, everyone, for congratulating our winners. All right, so I'm going to set their names to the side. Nanny Gale 2 and Trinette Brewer. Woohoo! We like winners, right? No, we just have fun. I think it's very fun to do these drawings. I really do. At first, it was a way to keep people involved, but now I just think it's just fun. Okay. Marie, I think you're right. What was his name? Someone's going to have to Google it now. Who was the announcer on The Price is Right in the 70s? I don't know. Oh, Monty Hall was from Let's Make a Deal. That's right. That's right, Monty Hall. I remember that show. You remember the wide bell-bottom dress pants and the long microphone with the wire and everything. But Bob Barker ran The Price is Right, which was Come On Down, but he wasn't the one who, or did he announce it? Yeah, he announced it. I'm sorry. My apologies. So last night on that video, I put out that I showed these, and I've actually had 2 people message me today that they wanted some, so that was nice. I'm going to put one of these in the mail today, and my granddaughter wanted one set, so I've still got one set of those. But I think you guys had some good ideas, and I think what I'm going to do from now on when I have things to sell is I'm going to do a live stream like what we're doing, and I'll call it live stream sale. It's easier for me than a craft fair. I don't have to drag everything in and out and do all that. So I think it's going to be fun. The Gong Show. Lisa, I love that show. I mean, now, have you watched reruns of that? You can go on YouTube and find it. It was really bad. But back in the day, it was good. And Joe, your package will be in the mail tomorrow, by the way. Joe won the runner-up on the Name My Sewing Machine contest, which is Sophie. She's sitting right over here. Did I tell you guys what Sophie was doing the other day? How she acted up? It was terrible. Okay. So, on the electronic sewing machines, you have all those stitches. So like you click over and you go to number 35 and it might be a zigzag, or 60 looks like a leaf pattern. So I needed it to do the serpentine stitch because I use that all the time. Who was smoking behind the bike shed, Adam? Who? All right. So anyway, the other day I turn my sewing machine on. I'm straight stitching, just going right away. And I needed to quilt down in between my rows of stitching to quilt it down. So I go to number 71, which for me is a serpentine stitch. So I click over 71, I click it, and it shows me 71, but it's got the stitch for 72, which had little, whatever it was in it, but it wasn't the same. Now I have to look. Yeah, it's swirly like that, but it's got like a little leaf or a little thing there. So I kept clicking around and it wouldn't do it. It kept saying 71, but it wasn't the stitch for 71. So I shut it off, turned it back on. Same thing. And some of them, like if I went 55, it might be right. But some of them, I would click and it would be on the next number up. So you couldn't get the certain one. I ended up unplugging my sewing machine and plugging it back in, and it would work. But every time I'd switch between a straight stitch and to go back to the serpentine, it would do that. But now, after that day, it came out of it. So electronics are really strange. I just thought that that was just really, really strange. Joni Olson. Now that sounds familiar, Terry. Yes, that sounds familiar. Thank you, Darlene. I don't know if you saw that tutorial or not, but I did a tutorial a couple of weeks ago, and that ended up being very popular as far as views, and I found a lot of new subscribers by these. This is what I used on the back of this one was the leaf pattern. And this one, the backing, well, has been laying everywhere. It has threads. It has just some fabric that I've had laying around. All right, for anyone who missed it last night, this is going to be Sunday's tutorial. And it can be made shorter, it can be made longer. It's just a method more than it is a pattern. So I'm looking forward to that. My Chicago screws will be in on Friday, so I'll be able to take the stitches out of this and fix this. I showed this to my hairdresser yesterday when I went to get a haircut, and she loved it, and she wants one with sugar skulls on it. So there was that. Okay. Terry, they really, really are. Aren't they? I just think they're beautiful. I love it. I hope you have fun making them. She was having a bad day, Amanda. She totally was. Adam, you get the Sophie, right? Sewphie. I just love it. I love it. Used to have a cat named Sophie. She was a bad girl, though. Oh, thank you, Celeste. Good idea to sell your crafts. And Marie H. I remember that too. Looking at it now, it's so cheesy, but was fun to watch back in the day. The Gong Show. It absolutely was. Okay, Darlene says, yes, I saw it. I have to try it. Joe says, that happened to settings on my washing machine, ended up correcting itself after unplugging. And isn't that funny? Amanda says, I just ended up with scraps of the leaf backing on your pot holders. LOL, how ironic. That is funny. Joe Wood says, yeah, I made use of Christmas fabrics. Yeah. So Terry, that's what happens. That happens to my vintage Kenmore. He doesn't always get in gear correctly. And Gisela says that she has started some pot holders. And so Terry says, and not kidding, my Kenmore's name is Dave after my brother Dave. So Dave's here. Terry, I just said to someone who happens to be in this chat right now that you cracked me up and we just really need to get off. We always bring up the Dave thing. And hopefully anyone, I mean, I don't know if everyone in here remembers that night, but that was a funny one. Oh, for the runner, Joe. Yes, I thought about that, but because I'm making it for an autumn tutorial, I kind of have to do the autumn. So there again, I'm going to have something that I'll probably look to sell, but that's a great idea to use the Christmas fabric. Thank you, Kathy, for the reminder to give a thumbs up. Okay, and Dave is here. Okay, it is What's Up Wednesday, the first What's Up Wednesday of the month, which also means the huge reminder, change your needle. Don't even question it. It needs to be changed. And what is it? Clean your sewing machine. Lift that plate up. Get in there with a Q-tip or something. Don't spray canned air in your machine, but clean it out. There's dust bunnies in there. They're multiplying, and you know they are. You don't want to have to stop your sewing in order to fix skipped stitches or things like that, bird nesting. But there's your monthly reminder. I actually did mine yesterday. Usually I try to wait and do it with you guys. Oh, I know what else I had to show you guys. Sorry, my knee's a little irky jerky today. One of my subscribers, I've known her since before I had the YouTube channel. I met her on my group of swap quilt block groups. And her first name is Tracy. I'm not going to give that all away. Her first name is Tracy. And she told me a while back when I was talking about those beautiful ladder blocks, she said, I think I have some and I'm not using them. I should mail them to you. And I think I have a crumb block too. Well, yesterday, guess what came in the mail? I was so it blew me away. It was so sweet. She does beautiful work. So first off, she sent me this beautiful postcard from New York. And on the back, she wrote, I live behind the red barn. Ha, ha, ha. I love that. And she sent me this, which is from Fort Stanwix National Monument, New York. And it's kind of like a poster, but it's got facts and all sorts of things all over it. Isn't that sweet of her to send that to me? I thought that was fabulous. I love stuff like this. So I don't know if she's watching, but even if she isn't, I mean, I thank her profusely, but I wanted to show you guys. So there are 2 of the ladder blocks. And for anyone new, I did a tutorial on these a while back. If anyone's interested, I'm sure one of the mods can go find it, but or I could, but these are a ladder block. And she sent me a beautiful crumb block. Look at that, huh? Isn't that nice? So thank you, Tracy, for sending those to me. Okay, I'm going to go back to the chat and see what is happening. Let's see. Kimberly made it. Yay! Kimberly made it. Did you watch your video first, Kimberly, or were you busy ranching? And Joe says, oh, I did mine a few days ago too. That's awesome. You know, it's all cleaned. Gisela says, my thread causes a lot of lint, so I do it once a week. That's awesome. I should do it more often than what I do. But, of course, a while back when I did that video called The Monster in Your Sewing Machine, it was really bad that time. So that's when I told myself that I would give you guys a reminder and myself as well. And I always remember it by when I do the drawing on the first Wednesday of the month. So not that it doesn't need to be done more often than that, but that's a good reminder for us to do it. Marilyn says, had to do my machine and needle last week. I've been doing lots of sewing. Good girl, Marilyn. Good girl. Jan says, I made it too. I'm assuming you mean the coming in. We're glad you did, Jan. We are glad that you did. So Terry says, last night I fully cleaned and oiled my featherweight. I oil my vintage singers at almost every use. I have 3 set up at all times and a serger. They're taking over. You see, Terry's going to pop in her car today and she's headed here to my house and she's going to get my sewing machine running. She didn't know this. It's not planned. I'm just letting her know. I'm teasing. Betty, Q-tip and makeup brushes work great. That's exactly what I use. In fact, I actually use Q-tips and a little old paintbrush there just because it grabs stuff. But great minds think alike, Betty. All right, let's see. I got down. I really need to catch up. Cleaning, I use pipe cleaners, works great and collects all the lint. I do have those as well. Marie, thank you very much. Amanda, thank you. Thank you, Denise. Kimberly wasn't ranching. She was busy with other stuff. Adam says, I clean my machines religiously. It's about the only thing I keep on top of in life. Yeah, but you use your machine a lot, so you take care of it. It takes care of you. It's a done deal. Thank you, Terry, for leaving the block link. We appreciate that. Joe says, they're wonderful. I really need to use more stay stitches around blocks. I generally don't. In that quilting group that I'm a part of, they ask you to do it because, of course, we're folding and mailing them, so they tend to get that way. But it's a good idea, especially for if you're on the bias or if you're using a lot of pieces like a crazy block or crumb block. Lisa says, so Terry, be careful. Machines may decide to keep you captive until Dave arrives. Good one, Lisa. Kimberly, but thanks for sending me the video. You could have sent it after the live. I could have, but I probably would have forgotten because I'm terrible like that. Okay, I've got to scroll on down. Love New York. Lived there all my 67 years, Kathy says. Makeup brushes at the dollar store with long handles to get those pesky dust bunnies, and pipe cleaners are awesome. Yeah, and that's what I have. I kind of have a whole menagerie of stuff that I use. It just depends on where I think the dust is mostly, because like I go to grab it and I don't even see it here. This thing that they give you with the sewing machines, why do they even bother to give you this? Like, what does that brush do? I don't know what it does. It's never done anything for my sewing machine. So I really don't know. But yeah, I keep Q-tips. I was just trying to find that long-handled thing. I need to clean these out. My goodness, I've got a mess here. Messy, messy, messy. I can't find it. Just because I'm telling you guys about it, I can't find it. Oh, there's one thing, a couple of things. So I have this, which is a long reusable pipe cleaner. And this is my bigger paintbrush, but I do have a very narrow, small one. I'm just not sure where it is. Oh, and along with those 3 quilt blocks that Tracy sent me, she sent me an adorable little card too. Hi, Stair. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce your name. First time here with a live, big time joy. We're so glad to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Marie says useless. They are useless. I don't even know why they bother to mold the plastic to put that in with a sewing machine. You open your machine, you're so excited, brand new machine, and you see that, and it's like, what's that for? And then when you go to clean your sewing machine, you find out how useless it is. It doesn't do anything. Like, it's never been any good as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's see. You can clean the bobbin area. Well, maybe, but I take a Q-tip and go around, and as I'm going around in a circle, I'm kind of spinning it, and it picks up, because I get a lot of dust. I got to say, my machine is pretty dirty, and that I would have to take that through there at least 3 to 5 times, cleaning it out in between. So maybe I should just clean my machine more often, right? I don't know, Terry. That's all I can say is it doesn't work well for me, probably because I leave it too long. Gisela says, Marie, so true, we toss them. Marilyn says that sewing machine brush is useless. Celeste, got to scoot, lots to do today. You take care, and thank you so much for dropping in, Celeste. We're glad that you were here. Darlene says, I try to clean mine with every project before I start. That's a very, very good idea. I wish I could be like that, but I know I'm not because I jump from one thing to another all the time. Let's see. Joe says it's always there though in the machine. It is. It truly is. And Jan says, for cleaning my machine, I use a metal straw brush that has a long handle, and that works fabulous. You know, I think that's similar to what I just had out, wherever I put it. Isn't that what that is? Because this is metal. It's just twisted. Of course, I wouldn't clean a straw with it now. It's pretty nasty now. Let's see. I also use a little keyboard vacuum. I heard about those. Do those work pretty well? I almost ordered one. Let me know, Marie, how that works. Gisela, Marie, I have problems with starting too many projects. Why not a video on how to finish all started projects? That would be a good idea, but I'm as guilty as everyone else, so I don't have a plan. We'll get Adam to do it. Adam finishes his projects. Honor Cobb. Hey, I just discovered you yesterday. Well, welcome. And this is my first morning time What's Up Wednesday live stream. So welcome. We're glad you came, and I'm glad you found my channel. How do I want to say this? I used to record all my What's Up Wednesdays, but now we've been going live stream because they're just so fun. So the only thing you've really missed, which you can watch on a live stream, is that this coming Sunday's tutorial is going to be this table runner. And something else I wanted to mention to you guys. This was the first week that I had my tutorial on Sunday. Instead of dropping at 5 a.m., I did it when statistically it's supposed to be better. Yeah, I'm trying to do two things at once and I forget here. So I dropped it in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And this video for the tote bag has 2 comments. And I was like, what? 2 comments? The views were down terribly. 2 comments. So I think I'm going to go back to dropping my videos at 5 a.m. I shouldn't have messed with what works. So I apologize. And if anyone missed that, I don't know. It's had quite a few views, but, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's this video right here with the, with the tote bag. Like this. I had another one. I sent it out yesterday in the mail, but I'm going to make some more because they're just so fun to make. All right. You are welcome, Stare. We're glad that you're here. Sylvia, you were busy. That's understandable. Back to my porridge time, says Joe. And I am. I'm going back. It'll be 5 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time on Sunday morning, because it just didn't work for me. 2 comments. I was like, where's all my people who play the creative word of the day? Where's all the, whatever. It wasn't there. All right, let's see. Adam said, oh, hold on. Ella asks, how big did you cut your jar openers? It's funny you ask because that's the tutorial for the following week. I think I cut them at 5 inches, Ella, but I'd have to go measure them to be positive. but it's one of those projects it really doesn't matter. You could cut them 6 inch, you could cut them whatever you wanted to. I've had quite a few people ask me, so actually I'm going to do a tutorial. Even though it really doesn't take much to make them, I've been asked quite a few times for those. So, all right, I have to scroll. Oh, bye, Celeste. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, and bye, Carol. Thank you, ladies, for dropping in. And Jan says, yes, that looks like the same brush. And we've got welcoming. Marie H says, yes, they're gentle and reasonably priced on Amazon. Some more welcomes and buys. Honor says, took a lot of notes yesterday. Was that during the one from last night, or which video was that? Adam says, I hate UFOs. They keep me awake at night. I've been getting better about them, but do you guys know that when I was getting ready for the craft fair, I had all that stack of the coin purses. I couldn't think of the word. I have zippers pinned to all of them. I have them cut, and I haven't gone back to sewing them. So I need to do that. So Terry said, I just wrote a Post-it note for a mini vacuum. Hey, I didn't make the note for the mini vac, but I do need to do that. Thank you for the reminder, even though it wasn't to this Marie. I'm teasing. Let's see, Sylvia, I know I was busy. Back to my question. Adam, there's so many blocks and quilts to make in so little time. Oh, you have that right, Gisela. So Terry says, I rarely have any UFOs because I don't like having them. So I don't start a new one unless I am waiting for something to come in the mail for the first one. That's a good idea. And Joe says, I was waiting all day, so I made tissue holders. Yep. Oh goodness. I keep scrolling. I have got to get caught up. I'm just going to read down through to myself, guys. So just give me a minute and I will be. I'll just reply here and there because, okay, so Terry. Aw, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. I sometimes probably give too many instructions, too many step-by-steps. Actually, at the very beginning of my channel 7 or 8 months ago, I had people who said, your channel is not going to grow because you can't take that much time to explain things. But I didn't want to change the way I do things because I don't know if the person turning on the video has 40 years sewing experience or has never sewn before. What if it's a young mother and her daughter, who's turning 10, wants a zippered bag for her birthday and she doesn't have money to buy it, but she needs to know how to make it and make it look good? Well, I want to make sure that she knows exactly step by step how to make that. So that's just how I think about it. But thank you. Jan says, I love your early morning videos so I can watch them when I first get up before. Thank you very much, Jan. And Stella Ann says, I was behind on watching. That's okay. It happens. Marie H. Terry, it uses USB plug for computer, but I have USB port on my lamp near my sewing machine, so it's easy to see what I'm doing. That's a good idea, Terry. I'll look into it. Behind on watching videos this past weekend. I'd gone out of town. I wouldn't have seen it either time. Pretty long cord. Jan cuts her jar openers at 8 inches. Joe Wood says, Gisela, how did you put my name in a box? It's a brilliant way. Honor Cobb. It's the one when you were showing off all your craft fair stuff. Oh, that one. Yes, that was a fun one. I had a lot of stuff going, but back to talking about a live sale, I have quite a few of those items left, and I don't know how many people are interested in them, but I might give this a try. Ella says, I'm sorry I don't always comment because I'm always doing something, but I always have you on, and then I forget to go back and comment. That's okay. That's perfectly fine, Ella. I just kind of wondered about the bag because normally I've got between 60 and 100 comments. So when I only had 2, I was like, wait, What? So I didn't know if it was because I dropped it at 4 in the afternoon, or if because right after it dropped, I had a live stream of the quilt along. So people missed it and it got lost. You know what I mean? Because it had no sooner come out than we did block number 6 live stream. Let's see. I'm sorry, my scrolling, if I leave it, it bumps down. Joe watching on laptop, writing on iPhone. Adam says, I'm straight line quilting 2 full yards of fabric with foam sandwich to make myself a backpack. Well, aren't you industrious? I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Kathy says, I finished my quilt toss, but my UFOs are not doing the batting, backing, and binding. Joe says, okay, I'll check on that. Let's see. Ella, I have a Texas Star wall hanging that I started a couple of years ago. I got the top done, but that's it. I know that has happened to me as well. And it's discouraging when you look at all the work that you've got into it. And Honor says, and I love the cute boxes your hubby made you from yardsticks. Yes, and I actually just showed some of those last night. Because we've sold some. Some of you subscribers have ordered them, and he went over to Lowe's the other day and got more yardsticks and more of this so he could make them. And I told him I had 3 up here to go, and then someone commented this morning that they'd like a few, and someone else commented that they wanted 1. So he's going to have to make some more probably. But thank you. I will let him know. He will appreciate that. Denise says, I prefer step-by-step as I'm a visual learner. And Ella says, well, your channel is growing. It is. And there's chatty videos like these. When I started the channel, I wanted the live streams and the What's Up Wednesdays to be chatty because it should be a friendly environment, in my opinion. Friends getting together to talk about sewing, or whatever. Price is Right, The Gong Show, doesn't matter. We're having fun. And the tutorials, I feel, should be step by step with nothing missing. And I don't chat a lot in there. I'm not going to say anything other than basically what we're doing during a tutorial. And I agree, Ella. My channel is growing, so they must like something. Kimberly, thank you. She says she likes the way I explain things. Okay, I really got to get caught up. I keep saying I'm not going to stop and talk. I'm going to shut up and just read, unless there's a question. Thank you, Gisela. Thank you, Ella. I don't know what So Yeah is. I think I might have been there, but I'm not sure. It's a website, I believe. Terry says, I think the detailed steps are excellent for beginners. Maybe label your videos as such, like beginner friendly totes, some experience helpful. That's a good idea. Thank you. Adam says, Marie, if you were sewing machine oil, where would you be? I would be in the one place that you're not looking. Marie, hi, I need to stop that spending and do more sewing. I have a mini So Yeah warehouse. And Betty says, I'm the worst at reading patterns. I do better with step-by-step visual learner. That's me. Yes, love those ruler boxes. I need a few. Ella, I live in Ohio, but I think the Texas Star is prettier. Marie H, I totally understand. Ditto that. Betty, me too. I always forget to read the pattern. I was addicted to watching So Yeah. Okay, so it must be between a video and maybe they sell things on there. Is that what it is? Is it the one with the 2 ladies that they show you stuff and you can buy it? I'm sorry. I'm terrible at this stuff. Watching So Yeah and spending more than I needed. My wallet catches fire at time. Adam, be good. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know the Lazy Susan joke, I'm going to have to tell it. If you were not at the live stream, you will not understand. Or you will now, that you wouldn't have gotten the joke before. We have moderators, and things have, sometimes if someone writes something and YouTube thinks that it might be offensive or have sexual content or something like that, they will hold it for review. So the other night, while working on quote block number 6, I had these out, my 12.5-inch ruler and my Lazy Susan cutting mat, which, whoops. Goodness, put it back together here. I'm getting all excited. Goodness. All right, it spins like this. So you can put your quote block on it and turn this so you don't have to mess up your block. So I was using this, and I can't remember who it was. I almost think it was Marilyn, but it was an innocent enough question. Someone asked, how big is your Lazy Susan? Well, it held it for moderation. It thought that someone was asking something that they weren't. So that is what the joke is about the Lazy Susans. Okay. Gisela, that's a very good thing to put questions in capital letters. Yep. Okay, let's see. Charcoal now. I'm getting charcoal. Your wallet is charcoal. I'm getting the So Yeah basic box, but I will not be renewing that subscription. So Yeah, it's 3 lovely brothers in Las Vegas. They have a shop and a YouTube channel. Oh, okay. Hey, are they the guys that do all the fabric? Like it looks almost like a D-stash. Like they'll say, we have this or this. I think I came across them once on YouTube. But thank you, Adam, for that. Got blocked. Uh-oh. So Terry says, don't give measurements. Imagine we are sewing and we can't use measurements. Okay. Hey, Kelly, how are you doing? I know that you have been out and about everywhere, haven't you? There's no place like home, huh? But thank you so much for dropping in. We're glad to see you. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I got to the end of all the chats. All right. So, everyone, I have a lot of sewing left to do today, and we've been going for a little over an hour. So, as much as I hate to say it, it's probably about time to close down the What's Up Wednesday. But before I do, what do I have to do? I'm sure it was. I bet you had a lot of fun, Kelly. But yes, no matter what, I always say that as much as we might like to go somewhere and have a great time, when you get home, you're usually ready to be there. But of course, you're cruising. So, you know. So Terry says the magic word. It is the creative word of the day. Now I have to think of one. Okay, how about temperature? You can say the temperature here where I live is whatever. You can use the word temperature in any, but remember, not in the chat comment. You wait till it ends and leave it down below the video. So temperature is the creative word of the day. And again, we're saying congratulations to Trinette Brewer and to Nanny Gale too. Congratulations on winning. I will get in contact with you about, oh my goodness. You guys, I left my iPad going over here and it has frozen my screen on this picture of me. That's funny. Okay, well, I want to thank you guys, every single one of you, for dropping in. Thank you to all you new subscribers out there. And don't forget, I have a Facebook page, also named Marie's Scrappy Creations. So, seriously, guys, I always have a great time chatting with you. Thank you for bringing all your friendliness, all the banter. I love it all. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening, whatever time it is where you are. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today here in my sewing room here at Marie's Scrappy Creations. And I'll see you next time, which will be Sunday, unless I pop in before, but I doubt it because I got a busy week. Okay. Isn't it, Ella? That's always the way. It's good to chat with you and everyone. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to sign off now. You all take care. Bye-bye.